Very much as lawmakers continue debating gun violence, activists say we need a comprehensive approach from structured activities to different housing policies.
Meanwhile, groups of ordinary Missourians are working to make their neighborhoods a little safer. KOMU 8's Garrett Bergquist talked to several groups across the state and joins us in the studio to show us their plans.
Brittany and Jim, all of the groups I talked to say no one has all the answers, but each of them can contribute something. In this final part of our three-part series, we'll show you how ordinary people try to prevent violence.
It isn't going to be fair. That's even more important for you not to get yourself put in a situation.
It's Saturday afternoon in Kansas City, and these girls are here for the All Girls Everything Summit, organized in part by Stop the Violence Kansas City. Today's discussion topics include sex, bullying, and entrepreneurship. The group's founder says meetings like this, as well as activities, can help prevent violence.
The main focus with Stop the Violence KC is not necessarily to say stop the killing, but just stop the violence in total. And that's anywhere from fighting that can lead to someone losing their life, simple arguments lead to people losing their life, disagreements. So we can help out in the Kansas City community any way to prevent these things from happening. That's what we feel we've reached our job. We've done our job.
Here in Columbia, groups like the Intersection and the Youth Empowerment Zone try to get young people off the street through a combination of activities and school and employment help. Youth Empowerment Zone Director Lorenzo Lawson says he ties participation in activities to incentives whenever possible.
So we're trying to get the Columbia Boxing Club back up and get a facility for them so that we can get these kids and tie it with education, making sure that they keep a certain grade point average. We want to tie it with community service. We want them to have a sense of pride of helping the community instead of bringing some type of destructive behavior to the community.
Activists and experts say city leaders can help by trying to prevent crime rather than responding to it. For example, hotspot policing involves increasing police presence in places where crime is most common. Experts say this does not cause crime to move elsewhere.
Especially young offenders, late teens, early 20s, tend to stick to the areas they know, and they tend to be areas close to home, not at home, not on the street right outside the home necessarily, but areas in the local surround they're familiar with.
Rosenfeld says housing policy can affect crime rates as well. He says crime rates will fall if low-income housing is spread out rather than concentrated in one part of town.
It's the concentration of poverty and the associated problems with poverty that tends to produce high levels of crime.
You know, reach out to a big cousin.
Activists across the state say no one group can solve the problem. They say it will take the combined efforts of many volunteer organizations, schools, police, and city leaders.
You can find all of this series as well as links to some of the organizations mentioned in this story on our website. Go to KOMU.com and search for violence.